Welcome to another Raw Real review with the gang, man. How y'all doing, man? We finna break down this Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage trailer. But first things first, hit the like button. You already know what the like button does, so I'm not gonna explain and reiterate here. But Venom isn't a part of the whole Marvel MCU storyline yet. But he is a Marvel character in the Spider-Man universe. And I seen the first Venom. It was decent to me. It wasn't just just mind blowing like, oh my God, Venom is back. I will say it was a fucking way better job than the fucking Venom that was in Spider-Man 3. All right, the Venom in Spider-Man 3 was fucking trash. Horrible decision making. Like, I don't understand these fucking filmmakers sometimes. And I'm sorry I'm coming off like strong, but I just don't get it. Because that was horrible. But the new Venom, which is Tom Hardy, I think he did a really decent job as far as the first movie. And we're going to talk about the trailer. But I just want to give a recap on the first movie. Cloud, you said there's a new trailer. Yeah, there's a new trailer that just dropped out today. Shout out to John. This is actually a special request from John W in the Discord. And if you guys don't know, man, be sure to drop reaction recommendations inside the Discord. And depending on the video, we can react to them. But yeah, so the new Venom trailer dropped. Did it blow me out of my socks? No. Was it okay? I mean, it was. To me, honestly, it was it was cool. But before I get into my reaction, my review, the trailer, like I was saying about just Venom as a character, as far as the Marvel comics goes, I actually really like Venom as a character. When I was playing Spider-Man games as a kid, I used to love going against Venom. And there was also like a game, I forgot what it's called. I want to say it was Spider-Man. It was a game on the iPhone actually, and you could play as Venom. And like Venom has been like a really popular character in the Spider-Man franchise. I mean, obviously he's got his own solo spin-off movie, but it's just nice to see Venom, really kind of spread out on its own. And eventually they are going to have to, incorporate Spider-Man into the Venomverse or whatever. So I'm just really curious to see, how they're going to do that coming soon. But as far as the last movie goes, I wasn't really feeling Woody Harrelson's character. What was his name? Carnage? Not Car. I forgot. Cletus Cassidy. I mean, we only saw a little bit of him in the first original movie, but the tagline at the end, it was just, and I'm trying not to spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched it and stuff like that, but it's just, I'm really happy. Like, I sound like I'm hating on the movie, and I'm not hating on the movie at all, but it just wasn't, it was more of a fans really wanted this movie, and fans really drove the ticket sales of this movie. To me, it wasn't like a groundbreaking, comic book superhero movie. It wasn't like a Dark Knight. It wasn't like an Avengers Endgame. And it's not supposed to be on that level, especially when it's the first movie. And this movie, was being pushed and pushed and pushed until they finally found the right character, or the actor for the job, which is Tom Hardy. So, I mean, I think it's cool in the direction that they're going. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just a fan of like anything that's coming out comic book related. So that being said, we're gonna get into the actual trailer reaction. So first and foremost, how are you doing, Miss M?
I'm doing well. Excited about this new trailer.
Yeah. A lot of people, including my boy John and everybody else that's in the Discord. But I mean, when I'll let you share your thoughts, and then I'll piggyback on what you had to say, because I kind of shared a little bit of what I had to say as far as the trailer.
So full disclosure, I haven't seen the first Venom, but I watched this trailer and it's actually made me want to go back and watch it now. I heard mixed reviews about the first one. A lot of people kind of criticized the first one, But apparently it made like over 850 million like
Yeah.
worldwide back in 2018, and it's like the biggest October release of all time. So apparently it was a good movie.
Yeah.
And they're associating this one with Marvel finally. It's like you were explaining to me earlier that they finally, got their act together and decided, well, Spider-Mans aren't doing too good, so we need to connect with Marvel because Marvel knows what they're doing. So it looked really interesting. I mean, I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. I loved the Batman trilogy. It's one of my favorite, superhero movies of all time is those three. But I think it's going to be good. I think there was a lot of different Easter eggs that even kind of tied into the Avengers and like showing a crossover. But this was kind of my first, not reaction. This is my first connection to Venom. This is my first time kind of seeing it. Like I said, I didn't see the first one, but I'm going to, before this next movie comes out, and it looked good. It got my attention. It's interesting. It's a little dark the way it was filmed and kind of not clear. Like it looks pixelated. I don't know. That was probably on purpose. Maybe it's more of a darker film, but I mean, it got my attention. I like Woody Harrelson. Apparently, there was like a wig in the first one that people didn't like or thought it was dumb, but he looks better in this one. So I don't know. It looks interesting. Tom Hardy's a great actor, so I'm excited to see him in this type of a role. But yeah, it should be interesting. It got my attention, like I said.
I mean, so with this being like the second movie in the franchise, I would say regardless of how this movie does, and I'm just keep it real, they're gonna get a third one. They're gonna greenlight a third one. I think they were waiting to see how the first Venom did, to see how they're gonna move forward with the franchise, but with this whole Spider-Verse and all this stuff, being built, I definitely think they're gonna go do a third one. And it's Tom Hardy, so I mean he's a big, big actor in Hollywood. I keep forgetting that he was Bane in Batman. I keep forgetting that. But just for me, the first movie, it was decent. It was all right. And the trailer, like I said, it didn't blow me out of my socks. It didn't, knock my hat off my head. I wasn't like, oh my God, I need to see this now. Just because I've seen the first one, I feel like I have to see the second one. So, but I do think the intro scene from the trailer was pretty funny. Just him and the symbiote trying to, bond as one and do like things with each other. And I honestly think, Woody Harrelson's character is gonna really like make or break this movie. Because we kind of seen what Tom Hardy could do, not by itself, but just as the intro movie. This is his character and stuff like that, and he did good. I think he really did good. In the first movie. I know you haven't seen the first movie, but I think he really did a decent job. And just the second movie, I just really think I don't know if it'll be better than the first movie. I mean, I'm hoping so. But like I said, it's a part of a trilogy or whatever they want to do with it, as far as like the whole series, because you already hear they're like tying this into like Spider-Man with Marvel, Morbius and all this whole Spider-Verse and all this stuff like that. So honestly, I honestly feel like no matter how this movie does, it's they're already greenlit from a sequel, and we're gonna see where they F up in this movie. And honestly, the studio is just they're gonna try to make it better. So, this movie is kind of already deemed for success already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not something new. It's not something like fresh. That's like, oh my God, this is like mind blowing. Like I was saying, it's not The Dark Knight Rises where we seen something completely fucking different. It's not the Avengers or the Justice League and all that. I think it's really good that Venom. I think it's really cool that he got his own separate thing. And like you said, it made 800 and something million in box office. That's big. That's big for a side character. And like for a lot of people that I don't know who aren't like Marvel nerds like myself, Venom is actually a villain from the Spider-Man universe. So to see a villain or anti-hero, what you wanna call it, to see them get their own like movie and spin-off, I always think that's cool. I'm always supportive of like the spin-offs and stuff like that. But I think it's gonna be good. I mean, it's not on my like must-watch list. Honestly, like I'm not gonna be like rushing to the theaters to like stand in line to watch this. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, if we can watch it when it come out, I mean, we're probably gonna have to watch it when it comes out because it's my job. But if I'm just a fan, I'm happy that the movies are back, and you know,
Right.
I get to go watch something in the movies. You know, but if it's like Doctor Strange or some shit, oh hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking waiting. I cannot wait for that. Or Spider-Man, you know. But I understand, you know. I like I said, I understand as far as the trailer. You know, I mean, it didn't really do anything for me, honestly. Like I kind of seen, you know. I mean, I kind of laughed a little bit. I was like, huh. You know, it was more of a, I don't know how to rate that, but it was more just like, that's cool, you know. But like I said, I'm actually, you know, glad that, you know, we're actually getting to see some footage of, you know, just movies, you know.
Right.
And I'm just really excited to go back to the theaters, like, for a lot of these movies, you know. Barring COVID, you know, I really recommend a lot of you guys, you know, get up off the couch and go back to the movie theaters. Because this is about to be a lot of fucking movies coming out, like, this year, next year. And I'm excited, man. We haven't been to the movies in a long time, and I'm kind of debating on what movie I want to see first, you know, in the movies, because I know it's going to be like a really, really good experience just being back inside of the theaters and stuff like that. But I mean, that's all I really got for the Venom 2 trailer. I guess we're supposed to get more trailers in the future. We probably won't be reacting to them. We're probably just going to do like one off with every movie until we actually review the movies. But as far as the Venom 2 trailer, I mean, it was cool. I didn't really like. To me, I didn't get anything that was like, you know, like when the Avengers trailers came out. Oh my god, y'all don't know how many times I watched those trailers over and over, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, you know, like that. It didn't do that for me, you know. So I mean, I gotta rate it like a, you know, out of 10, I gotta give it like a 7, mid 6, 7, you know. I mean, and it's cool, you know. I like where they're going, but it just didn't blow my socks off, like I said. But anything you want to share?
I'm curious. Have you ever seen The Hunger Games?
I have not, man.
Oh,
You know why I never seen The Hunger Games?
Why is
I'm gonna
that?
keep it real. Why I never seen The Hunger Games? Because there was too much fucking hype around The Hunger Games. I was like, man, everybody's hyping this shit, and it's probably trash. And I'm like the person I hate to go with the hype train, you know. Even like Avengers has a fucking huge hype train,
Always,
but
yeah.
you know,
It's
you know, I'm already invested in it, you know, so I kind of know what it really is. But it's just me. I never seen Hunger Games because of the hype train, you know. But
I only ask because Woody Harrelson's in the Hunger Games.
oh really?
And he's actually really good in the Hunger Games as far as like comedic relief. Like I said, I haven't seen the first Venom, but if he can pull that character, it's kind of, I mean, the Hunger Games, I'm assuming you know what it's about. Like it's like a darker type of story.
Yeah.
He brings comedic relief in certain scenes in that movie, so I feel like he could do kind of the same for Venom. 2 completely different movies, but I feel like his character could do the same. Like I said, I didn't see the first one, but I feel like he could do that in the second one, and it just being from a different perspective. Like I said, I didn't see the first one, and I'm not familiar with the Venom story. It was interesting to me. It did catch my attention, and I think it's going to be interesting. The CGI doesn't look very Avengers level, and I don't know if that was just me. Like I said, it seems like kind of a low budget trailer for being a Marvel trailer. But I mean, I guess that's association with Marvel. It's not full on Marvel. Cause
I mean, technically it's Sony. And like we broke it down before the show earlier. So for people that aren't really up to speed, because a lot of people are gonna watch this like trailer and be like, yo, like, so is he an Avenger or is he like, you know, in the universe? So technically, no, he's not. You know, Sony owns all of like Spider-Man, every fucking thing, right? Sony partnered with Marvel in order to bring Spider-Man more relevancy because they was fucking Spider-Man up for years, you know. So Tom Holland, the Spider-Man that you see now, he is, you know, Marvel's incarnation. Like, he's Marvel Studios. Let's just say Marvel Studios. He's Marvel Studios. This is Spider-Man. He's in the MCU or whatever. Venom isn't a part of the MCU at all. As of right now, as of recording of this video. So, we watched a video earlier, and they were pretty much explaining, like, Venom has no idea who Spider-Man is. Or, you know, Tom Hardy's character. They don't even, like, up until today, like, they don't know who Spider-Man is. I don't even think they know what the Avengers is, honestly. But y'all know they finna do this multiverse stuff and, like, cross all these movies and stuff together. So they're gonna eventually meet each other. But as of now, you know, this is a completely separate thing from, like, anything that you watch. So Venom is not a part of the Justice League. He's not a part of the Suicide Squad. He's not a part of the Avengers. Venom is just Venom right now. Venom is just solo doing his thing in San Francisco. So
New York, actually, that's what I was going to say. They kind of pulled a lot of different things from this trailer to reference to Avengers. Like, there was a newspaper that the cop is reading, and it says in the actual, not the headline on the main page, but within it, if you pause it, it says Avengers in it. So they're trying to tie that over. And I guess Ravencroft 2, where Shriek is being held in the trailer, that's actually a reference to the Andrew Garfield movies.
Yeah.
And then in the Daily Bugle, like going back to where that paper he was reading, the logo is actually from the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe they're going to explain why there were so many inconsistencies as far as who's the real Spider-Man, possibly. Yeah. But it's definitely alluding to that, and it looks like, just based on the trailer footage too, that they're moving to New York, which obviously is where Spider-Man, the newer ones, are based on. Yeah. And with Spider-Man 3 Homecoming coming out, it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of transfer it over. And they did just announce Morbius coming out, right? After Spider-Man. Yeah. But before Doctor Strange, which is supposed to cross over with Spider-Man. So, do you think they're going to come out? Or there's going to be a Venom either end trailer or even an appearance, cameo in any of those?
I don't know if Venom is going to cameo in other people's movies yet. I think people will cameo in Venom movie. In a Venom movie. Just because Venom ain't got the clout yet, you know what I'm saying? Venom is still, the baby, kind of when it comes to this whole, like, cinematic universe stuff. He's still kind of like, trying to build his story, even though he is a part, like I said, it's kind of difficult to explain because he is a Spider-Man character. He's like, him and Spider-Man go at it all the time in the comics. But with Morbius, I believe, I'm not really too familiar about Morbius, but I believe he's a part of the Spider-Man universe. But I think Spider-Man will probably show up to connect them all. That's what I'm really thinking is going to happen. I think Spider-Man is going to show up in either, the end of this Venom trailer. He's going to show up in Morbius somehow. And we don't even know what Spider-Man is going to be, We really don't know shit until, these Marvel movies come out. Like the Spider-Man, No Way Home, the fucking Doctor Strange. We really won't know shit. All these other side movies, the Venom, the Morbius and stuff like that, they're like, oh, okay, cool. But the fucking Marvel movies are like, oh, mind fucking blowing shit. So, but Sony is working its way towards that, at baby steps, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm going to see it regardless. Am I super duper excited about it? No. And I like Carnage. I really love Carnage, like, as a character, because Carnage, he don't fucking play. Like, he do not give a fuck. But I'm mid on the trailer. I'm not, really. I mean, I'm gonna see it, like I said, but it's just, I'm just waiting to see what they got, honestly.
Yeah. Well, in Carnage is actually, there's a prophecy in the Darkhold, which, if you remember, is from WandaVision. That's where her chaos magic and all of that come from, that book of dark magic. It's called the Darkhold. Yeah. Carnage is supposed to be prophesized as, like, bringing about the end of the world. Yeah. So, I mean, do you think it could be setting up, like, a bigger, maybe not Avengers Endgame level type of, like, battle of all of these people, but do you think that could be something, where it's, it's going to introduce other characters, bringing them into this universe? Because he's in the comics, he's supposed to be such a master of destruction.
All right, so I'm gonna give a prediction right now for the movie. Right, they're not gonna kill Carnage. I think it's gonna end off with him needing help from some other motherfuckers. Because if they killed him off, it would kind of be sad, honestly. Because Carnage is like a, movie 3 type villain. Like, he's really big. He's like really like fucking like some shit, So if they killed him in the second movie, I honestly don't know where they would go for the third movie. But I think the third Venom will really be. I honestly think the third Venom is when we're gonna see like Spider-Man and like they're gonna. I think the third Venom is gonna be like kind of like the Avengers kind of thing, Not the second Venom. But I do think everybody will cross over in the third Venom once Morbius comes out, once Spider-Man comes out. And it's kind of just setting it up. So, I don't think nothing really crazy with Carnage is gonna happen. I feel like this is more of his introduction and like what he can do.
Okay.
So I don't think nothing crazy is gonna happen in the second movie. So
Interesting. I'd give it about an 8, but like I said, I'm coming from a different perspective of not having seen the first one and not having like that background knowledge of it. But I give it an 8. I wish it was better graphics. I wish it, was a little bit more clear of a trailer, but I think they did pretty good. I mean, the Venom character, like I said, this is kind of like my first introduction to it. So I think the teeth, the eyes, like all of that, it looks really good.
yeah.
And hopefully it looks better on, a big screen, even though it's dark. But
Yeah.
are you impressed with the graphics at all?
I just think if this is like the official trailer for a movie that's coming out in September,
Yeah.
like,
And it's a movie that was pushed back too.
yeah, like, and movies are like coming back. Like, you kind of gotta really fucking
Step it up.
like I understand they don't want to show like too much Carnage and Venom fighting and stuff like that, but like, yeah, I mean, I feel like we kind of need like a little something. Give us a little glimpse, like. We didn't see the ending battle of fucking Avengers, but we kind of seen like, some like,
Yeah.
some like
Like a great teaser.
like I didn't even see, I don't even think in the trailer I seen any Venom action, him like fighting. I mean, I seen him like stalking people and like trying to bite people's heads off and shit, but it's like he did all that in the first movie. Like, what can Venom do now? Like, I don't know. It just didn't. I just didn't. I don't know. It was nothing for me that's like, fuck, like no, that didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see it. Like I said, it's just the excitement for me is like, yeah. Like it's honestly the least movie that I'm looking forward to see this year as far as comic book movies. Like,
really?
well, it's not the least, but it's like at that like. It's like, I don't know. Like, I'm really excited to see all the movies that's coming out this year. But this one, I mean, like I said, I'm going to watch it. But my excitement, like, did this trailer, like, amp my excitement? No. Like, it kind of left it where it was. Like, oh, Venom 2 still coming out. Great.
It's almost like a reminder.
Yeah, it was like a reminder. It was a reminder trailer. Hey, this movie's coming out in September. It's like, oh, okay, cool. All right. I'll see it.
Good looking out.
That's what it was for me.
You have any final thoughts on it?
Final thoughts, and let me guys. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Also in the chat. I don't think it'll be better than I hope it's better than the first one. I really do hope it's better than the first one. Do I think it's gonna be better than the first one? Probably not, but I don't know. I kind of try to like to go into things with low expectations. That way, when I actually see it, I'm like. Everything makes me feel like, oh shit, Yeah. So that's kind of like how I like to do a lot of things. So, but my final thoughts. I mean, I think the trailer, like I said, it started off funny. It was more of a Carnage trailer, I think. Also we're kind of trying to figure out Carnage whole situation or whatever. But like I said, I think Woody Harrelson is really gonna make or break this movie. I hope he's not a fucking cheesy fucking villain like. Let's give him some character. Yeah.
I think he has the opportunity to, or he could.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of these, movie villains now, they have like actual like characters, like you feel for them and stuff like that. So, like, I just hope Carnage isn't. I hope his story isn't written to where he's just like crazy fucking guy, just want to kill people. Like, like, can you give us a read? Like, like let us level with Carnage, or Cletus Cassidy.
So in the first one, he wasn't in the movie at all?
No.
Oh, okay. So this is his literal introduction. Okay, yeah. That's where I was confused.
On the first one, he was literally like post-credit scene.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't in the movie at all.
So do you think they'll do kind of like an origin story for him? I mean, I think we're, like, as comic book fans, we're now used to it. Kind of the way they did now the origin with Wanda, or kind of like telling the backstory behind these characters. Yeah. Do you think people are so accustomed to it now that it's like, if they didn't do a Carnage backstory and just kind of started from now going forward, would that be disappointing?
I don't know. I feel like, with comic book movies, like, we kind of got to move past, like, because we kind of seen a lot of the same stuff, So I think we got to, like, we got to reinvent the wheel in a way, We got to do something different. Like, if we don't want the comic book franchise, like, as far as movies goes, to be talked down by, like, people that think they're, like, the best fucking film critics of all time and shit, we kind of got to switch it up. Just like how The Dark Knight was, Like, it like had some like real life, you know, elements to it. You know, it wasn't just, you know, monsters flying around and fucking beat people. You know, like I think we gotta move more into that. So that's why I'm saying I'm just hoping it's not just I don't want to say cheesy. You know, I'm just bad and now I got a symbiote and I want to kill people. Like, come on, man, give us more of the story. Make us fall in love with, you know, make us hate and love Carnage. You know what I'm saying? And like understand his reasoning. You know.
That is true, because Woody Harrelson is that type of an actor too, where he can get the emotions out of you, but he can also make you laugh. You know, so I feel like his character could be really likable in this movie, and I think you're right. It does come down to his character. He can make or break the rest of these, you know, the Venom franchise or the Venom trilogy, whatever you want to call it. But I do think he has the potential, is what I was looking for, the word, to make this movie really, really good. Make this series or this trilogy really good. But it all comes down to him. Do you think Tom Hardy did really well in the first one?
Yeah, I think he did well, and for me personally, I think it was doing a little too much. But apparently, there were a lot of stuff in the first movie, and we're gonna watch the first movie again. Well, I'm gonna watch it, and you're gonna watch it for the first time.
Right.
Apparently, he said they like left a lot of stuff out in the first one that he like, cause Tom Hardy is one of those guys. He really wants to get into the character.
Yeah.
You know, he really loves, like, he wants to fucking really be the fucking character that he's like portraying. But I guess a lot of stuff didn't make it, and he was kind of complaining about that with the first Venom movie. But I think it was, you know, it was okay. I give it a 7. The first Venom movie, I give it a 7. You know, it wasn't like I seen it once and I was like, okay, this is cool. You know, it wasn't like a fuck, man, I gotta rewatch it. You know. It didn't make my rewatch list. Like, I mean, it's making it now because, you know, we gotta be caught up and stuff like that. But it's not a bad movie. It's not bad, but it's not like fucking fuck, you know.
Do you think they left a lot of stuff out in the first one in order to be able to pull you in for the second one? Because we were just watching that show about the Batman trilogy where they didn't know if they were gonna have a sequel and a trilogy total. So they literally left everything in the first movie in the second movie because they just didn't want to rely on the fact that there was going to be another one to be able to explain things, and they didn't want to leave cliffhangers. You know, that's just the type of director Christopher Nolan is. Do you think that that's what they did in this first Venom, just to kind of make sure that people were going to watch it, not really knowing how it was going to do? Because I know they were super surprised that it did, you know, grossed, you know, $850 worldwide. That's ridiculous. But what do you think?
With the first movie, I feel like they, you know, set up the story, and they kind of close it, and then they kind of open it up again. You know.
Okay.
So I mean, it was kind of one, like I said, when Venom came out, I think it was kind of one of those movies where they wanted to like kind of put it out and kind of see, like, you know, y'all like this? Oh, $800 million? Yeah, second one, sequel, third trilogy, fucking yeah, whole fucking, you know. Yeah. I really think that's what happened, but yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's just not, for me. It was cool. It was cool. Cloud said he should have been. Wait, no. Cloud said this movie should make Carnage lit. I hope so, bro. I really hope so, man. If like, even if Carnage is like fucking off the chain, like fucking crazy, like holy shit, that'll be some shit for this movie. Like, I don't even know what this movie is rated, but if like they make Carnage like, cause Carnage is really like he don't give a fuck, just murder. Yeah, he don't care who it is. You know, so if they do that, you know, this movie could be lit. You say he should have been introduced in Spider-Man 4. Man, we all know how that went with fucking Spider-Man 3 and 4. Spider-Man 4 never happened because Sony was tired of, you know, the whole Tobey Maguire, and like they wanted to move on. So
was anybody even watching those anymore? I mean, I saw the first two and I was done.
Spider-Man 3 really ruined Venom for me. I was really fucking mad when that fucking movie came out. I was like, who the fuck is this?
It was the guy from 70s Show, right?
Yes. Oh my god. I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh my fucking god. That pissed me off. Like, oh my god. They fucking just ruined the fuck out of that character for me. I was like, why? Why? Literally anybody. You could have got anybody else except this skinny ass motherfucker to play fucking. Like, come on, man. Come on. Klaus said so it's been more than 10 years worth of wait. Yeah, it has been, man. It's so crazy to me to think, and we were watching this yesterday, the Batman trilogy, and like that came out what in 05?
2005, yeah.
So we've really been in this
We were
era
teenagers.
of comic book movies for a long time.
It didn't feel like that.
It didn't
though.
feel like it because I think the first X-Men came out in 2000.
See, I didn't watch the X-Men.
Yeah.
That was you. Yeah.
So we've been in this comic book like genre of movies for 20 plus years now, you know?
Damn.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't come out with Venom 2 and just like make it the same as like Spider-Man fucking 1 or 3, you know?
That's true, because I mean we've come a long way. I mean
Long
the
way.
Batman was amazing in 2005 for its time.
Yeah.
It was an amazing trilogy. But even if you're just talking about Marvel movies, like you can go back to the first Iron Man, and it was good. It wasn't great, you know.
Yeah.
They've only gotten better over time,
Yeah.
and it's always felt like in my eyes, DC and even now Sony has always just tried to keep up. The bar keeps getting raised on Marvel movies just because they keep being amazing and people love them and the graphics, all of it.
Yeah.
And it's just it looks like people are trying to catch up, and that's what it kind of felt like with this trailer. Like with it not being such a great trailer, it's not really. The graphics are okay. Like it just didn't feel very Marvel-y, and I think we're just used to that now.
Yeah, and it just didn't bring anything new to the table. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know? Like I didn't look at the trailer and was like, oh, this is different. You know.
Yeah.
Like the story, like it just like I didn't get moved by the story. Like you know, it's kind of like it's kind of going by the same formula as like any other comic book movie. You know, and I just don't. I would hate that it just follow the same like method. Like come on, let's do something new. Cloud said they even made a black Superman. Oh, black Spider-Man. They did, yeah. They Miles Morales. He's
I
Mexican.
love that one though.
He's Mexican and
Mexican and black.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that movie.
Yo, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Oh my god, man. That's probably like top 3 best comic book movie, honestly.
It really is.
That movie is so fucking good. Oh my god, ahead of its time. So
Yes.
fucking good. Like the animation, fucking perfect. And that came from Sony. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
That came from Sony, so that's what I'm
Alright.
saying. Sony, y'all gotta like keep the fucking like.
Yeah.
Y'all got some good stuff going. Like you know what I'm saying. Let's keep it up. You know what I'm saying. Don't drop the ball with Venom. Let there be carnage. You know what I'm saying. Well, come on, we gotta step it up. So.
Seriously.
Cloud says Spider-Verse is the best so far. Spider-Verse was really fucking good, bro. It was really fucking good, man.
It was.
So they definitely got to continue the whole Spidey stuff going. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep it up, man. Spider-Verse is really fucking good. So yeah, I mean that's all I really got for the Venom trailer reaction. Shout out to John for recommending this. We also gonna be taking more recommendations until what is it? Loki comes out.
Yeah,
What is
Loki's
it?
in June 11th.
June 11th. So from here to June 11th, you guys feel free to send us, things you want us to react to, whether it be trailers, movies, or whatnot. We already have our personal list of things that we're gonna react. I said react to. Personal list of things that we're gonna react to. Which is, do we have that board or list? I know one of them is Spiral. That's gonna be coming out pretty soon. We're gonna be reacting to that. Army of Dead, man, and Cruella. I know you guys probably like, what, Cruella? That shit look good. I ain't gonna lie. That shit do look kind of good. So we gonna be reacting to Cruella. Is her name Cruella?
Cruella.
Cruella. Cruella. We're gonna be reacting to Cruella. Yeah, y'all heard it here first. We're reacting to Cruella. Army of the Dead. Spiral. If we can catch it in theaters. And yeah, and anything you guys want us to react to in the coming weeks or so. So you guys definitely look forward to that. And you guys also send us your recommendations. Your recommendations. But you got anything else before we end off the Venom 2 reaction?
No, I can't wait to see the first one so I can catch up and make sense of the second one now.
Oh man. Like I said, I want this movie to do really good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really want it to do really good. I'm hoping for it. Like I said, I want to be blown out of my socks. I want to go to the theaters and have like the best experience of all time. So I'm hoping for this movie, Sony. I'm hoping that you fucking blow my socks off with this fucking movie, all right? We're depending on you.
Yes.
Because Venom is like one of my favorite characters. I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
He's like one of my favorite characters, man. I don't know.
Why is that?
I just like him. I I don't know. It's just like with some villains, you kind of like, you know, you just like them. You know, I don't know. I think it was the aesthetic for me, like just seeing him in the comics and stuff. Like just, I don't know. I just like Venom. I really did. So.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that.
So don't fuck up this movie, Sony. That's what
Personal
that
request.
Yeah, don't fuck up this movie. But this has been another Raw Real review with your boy Shef. Like I said, if you guys got any more recommendations for reactions for us to do, drop them in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord below. Link should be in the description. If not, it will be there.
And Cloud just put the link to this video in the description too, so.
My guy.
Yep.
My guy.
You.
Shout out to Cloud. Shout out to John. Shout out to Shifty. Shout out to Troy. Shout out to everybody that pulled up to this reaction. And yeah, man, we gonna keep the ball rolling with these reactions, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go, man. We'll catch you on the flip side next time. Catch me on Chef Streaming tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And yeah, man, we'll catch you on the next reaction video. Y'all stay positive, stay peace. Y'all can do anything that y'all want to do in life and be whoever you decide you want to be. Just look at me, all right? Just look at me. We catch y'all on the next reaction video.